We have a story from BlackMyth, Wukong today. It's called The Scholar and the White Fox. A long time ago, when mountains were still wrapped in endless mist and spirits roamed freely among men, there lived a poor scholar named Lin. He was gentle, polite, and kind, but frail in body. Lin could recite poetry for hours, copy scriptures with beautiful brushstrokes, and dream of success in the imperial exams. But he was no warrior, and most villagers thought him useless. One night, while walking home under the pale glow of the moon, the scholar heard a soft cry in the bamboo forest. Following the sound, he discovered a fox trapped in a hunter's snare. Its fur was snow white, but now stained with blood. Its eyes glistened with pain. Lin's heart softened. "A poor thing," he whispered. Though his hands trembled, he untied the snare, carried the fox home, and treated its wounds with simple herbs. He cared for the creature as if it were a member of his family, and finally, he fell asleep. But this was no ordinary fox. As the lantern flickered, the fox transformed into a beautiful young woman in white. Her eyes were clear yet ancient, and her voice, when she spoke, was like music in the wind. The scholar was shocked. "Of course. You're a demon," he stammered. The white fox tilted her head with a smile. "Do I look like one?" From that night on, they lived side by side. Lin gave her the name Luna. Luna listened as the scholar read poetry. She teased him when his brush slipped during calligraphy practice. She laughed when he burned rice trying to cook dinner. Slowly, what began as gratitude turned into companionship, and companionship blossomed into love. The villagers whispered, "Of course." They said Lin had grown strangely happy, that he spoke to shadows at night. But the scholar paid them no mind. With Luna, he felt alive for the first time. One spring evening, as peach blossoms drifted like pink snow, Lin held her hand and said, "If the world calls you a demon, let them. To me, you are no monster. You are my love. If you must walk through storms, I will walk beside you." Luna trembled. Her eyes softened. But deep inside, she knew the truth. Humans and spirits walked different roads. Their love was like a dream. Beautiful, but fragile. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you. You are wonderful. Seasons passed. Their days together were gentle and warm. But Luna's nature began to change. Her spirit power grew stronger, and her eyes sometimes flashed with a wild, hungry light. One night, beneath a cold moon, Lin noticed it clearly. Luna was no longer simply the woman he loved. Her body flickered between human and beast, her presence filled with an ancient, primal energy. For a moment, her face softened, but then her eyes glowed with raw instinct. The scholar stepped back, fear in his chest. "No, please, don't," he whispered. "You are my wife, not a monster." The fox staggered forward, struggling between reason and hunger. She let out a soft cry, half human, half beast, and lunged. Terrified, Lin acted without thought. His hand found a blade, an old sword long left to rust. In one desperate swing, he struck, and then the world froze. The white fox collapsed into his arms, blood like red ink across her white robes. She tried to speak, but only managed to make sound like snow melting in spring. Then her form dissolved into pale light, scattering like mist into the night. Lin dropped the sword, staring at his trembling hands. He had once saved her life. He had sworn to protect her. And yet, it was his hand that ended her story. From then on, the scholar lived alone. He never remarried, never sought glory, never even returned to the exams. Instead, he wrote poems, verses of fleeting dreams, of snow that falls and melts, of love that ends in silence. His words carried the memory of the white fox, not as a monster, but as the gentle companion who had once walked beside him. And so, the tale of the scholar and the white fox spread through villages and mountains, passed from storyteller to listener. It was not a story of triumph, nor of happy endings, but a story that warned. Humans and spirits, no matter how deeply they love, walk roads that rarely meet. Our story today comes from an old saying, a dream of Nak. Life is fleeting, like a dream. Glory, wealth, power, and even long years of effort can vanish in an instant, leaving nothing behind. So don't cling too tightly to status or possessions. Enjoy life for what it is, because even the grandest success can fade like a dream. The end? Nope, it's not. Nank is the name of the scholar back in the ancient day. So was the story about him and the white fox real? Or was it just a dream of his that night? Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks.